Dungeons and Dragons has finally arrived, and I've been so excited to see this film. So I'm here to tell you my thoughts, whether or not it met my expectations, or whether or not it's even worth spending any money on this at all. So stay tuned. I'm giving you my thoughts right now. Before we begin, I just want to give you a big thank you for clicking on this video, because at this moment the subscriber count is very, very low. But that's just because we're just beginning, and I'm very excited to continue on this journey where I'm giving you my thoughts on whether or not these movies are worth the money. Is it worth for you to go out and see it? Is it worth for you to buy on DVD? Anything like that? Is it worth it? Now, for a good chunk of the first act, this film is a little bit on the tame side. There's not a whole lot of action. There's not a whole lot of comedy, but there is enough intrigue in the storyline that they're trying to tell. It was just more of an introduction as to what we're doing, and they're moving along, building up the adventure. And as they go along on the adventure, they're picking up new people to go on to the quest. And when they do that, you get to know those new characters, and you get to see some of their strengths and some of their flaws, and you start to care about them. And that was the thing. These characters are very likable, and they work well together. The strength of this is that the chemistry between all of those characters is strong. And one of the things that I like the most of what they did is that whenever they go to solve a problem, the solving of the problem is done in a very unique, creative way. Things I've never even seen before. So the imagination that went into this is really phenomenal. It's so interesting. So when you add the humor with the action and this very interesting, creative problem solving, that's what keeps you going throughout the whole film. Basically, what I'm saying is that you're still interested in what is being shown to you on screen. You're still interested and engaged into the story, or even at the very cleverness or the uniqueness of what is going on here. Another thing that I do think they did right is that when they go to tell the humor isn't the slapstick kind of humor where, you know, they tell a joke and they give you that little wink where you're supposed to laugh. No, a lot of the comedy comes from natural things that are happening in the film, natural things that people are saying. So there's moments of greatness. I mean, there are some really good fighting scenes, really good creativity, really good laughs. There are some moments that are absolutely funny. There is a funny part in this movie where they definitely do an homage to it's very Avengers versus Thanos-esque kind of thing. And you do see that where the camera, just the way the camera pans around the whole group of heroes. And they do it a couple of times, you know, to give it that like really group dynamic, they're about to kick ass kind of thing. But if I were to give it one little thing, I would say that this movie is lacking some oomph when it comes to the music, to the sound, because music is an important part in the film. It's supposed to give you that right emotional feel. And I find that during these action beats, the action beats are mixed in with some comedy. And so the music that is playing doesn't fit. It's not really doing it. It's not elevating the scene as much as it should be. So they're basically playing some classical medieval music, which I can understand them doing it that way because the film looks more medieval, right? With the swords and the dragons and all that. But it also is lacking in the right beat context for what you're seeing on the screen. But really, that's a small gripe. That's basically just me saying that this movie could have been even better than what it was. It's a great film. It's a lovely film. And I really do think that people are going to enjoy that. I do give this movie a recommendation to go see. I think that is, there's, again, very little negative to say about it. You might even really love this film. You might love it more than I did, and I did like it a lot. I think it's just the way the dynamics of everything that I said, from the comedy to the action to the emotional beats, I think it's just all in there, and you don't even have to know anything about the world itself. So it's all about character, and it's all about intrigue and interesting things that they're doing with the visuals that are going on. I think it's a really good blend. So when I think of a movie that I like, it often comes down to how much fun that I have with it. It's not about necessarily how well the movie was made or how well the actors were. So a movie like this one has definitely hit that mark where I have enjoyed it a lot. It was a great film to have popcorn and snack out and just, lose yourself for 2 hours. So with that, I give this a huge recommendation. I think you're going to enjoy this movie. Hey, look, if you enjoyed this review, again, thank you very much for giving this review a chance. But if you did like it, please show your support by hitting the like button, subscribing if you haven't already, and, stick with me as we move along into the summertime. We have Super Mario Brothers coming up soon, and we have a whole summer full of movies that we're going to see. And so if you're trying to figure out where you're going to be spending your money, which I get, well, please stick with me and check in with me, because that's my goal right now, is to help you make those decisions. And so until next time, enjoy life, take care, and I wish you well.